Welcome to Google Ads Unleashed, the podcast that helps you harness the power of Google Ads to increase sales for your online business. In an ever-changing Google Ads landscape, we uncover the latest strategies, techniques, and best practices for creating effective ad campaigns that deliver real results. And now your host, Jeremy Young.
Hello and welcome back, guys, to this episode of Google Ads Unleashed. It's a little bit outside of sort of the technical aspects of Google Ads today. And I am talking about something that's been sort of, I got a bit angry about on LinkedIn the other day, and which I've seen on LinkedIn quite a bit as well. And that it was offers during Black Friday. So Black Friday's passed. Hopefully everything's been good with you guys, and hopefully Black Friday went well. I think next week I'm going to be doing sort of a my impression on how Black Friday went throughout all of our clients. We spent a few £1 million and it's gone okay, just as a teaser. But generally speaking, I think Black Friday is been diluted a little bit, and I think we need some new strategies. But some strategies never sort of fail, and one of them is discounting. So why I'm making this episode today is I want to debunk one massive myth, and that is that discounts hurt your brand. Okay. This is something I got angry about on LinkedIn this week, because I've seen I'm quite well connected with a lot of sort of e-com brands, and honestly, if I had £1 for every single effing time that I had someone say, "Oh, we're not participating in Black Friday because we're doing this instead," or instead of Black Friday, we're going to give away a meal to a local dog shelter for every purchase, or instead of Black Friday, we're going to plant 2 trees instead of 1, or gone as well, or we're not participating in Black Friday because we're not, we don't want to be mainstream or whatever. Why are you in e-commerce? Right? I'm going to strictly ask you. So all morals aside, some of which I can relate to, don't get me wrong, even though my job is to sell stuff online and to sell as much stuff as possible. And naturally, sometimes you can question, consumerism to a certain extent, which is maybe a bit paradoxical given my job. But generally speaking, why are you in this game if you don't want to make more money, right? If you that's what this is about. We're about, e-commerce is about selling stuff online, and if you don't want to sell, then I'm afraid you're in the wrong sort of discipline, and that's sort of really annoyed me. And one of the core sort of limiting beliefs, I would like to call, is something I see over and over and over and over again, is people who say, "I don't want to do a discount for my brand because it hurts my brand, it devalues my brand, etc., etc." Apple and Rolex don't give discounts. Why should I give a discount? I don't need a discount, and I'm here to tell you that you are wrong. Even if you maybe might be enraged listening to this, just listen on, and maybe I might change your mind, or maybe can challenge a couple of your beliefs. The thing is, the difference between you, the listener here, I mean, I'm very honoured if someone who might be a multimillionaire already is listening to this podcast, and who has built a massive successful brand and wants to improve their Google Ads stuff. But they'll already know this, so probably they'll agree with me rather than being the opposite. But probably most of you are not Apple, that you're not Rolex, you haven't been around for donkey's years, you haven't come up with a pioneering product that's changed mankind, literally, or has created such a strong brand that you can literally invest billions, right, per year into branding, making your brand so strong that you do not need discounts anymore. They can allow to not have discounts, right? Because they're massive, they're huge companies. Every single person around the world knows what a Rolex is, what it stands for. Every person around the world knows what Apple is, what an iPhone is, right? They do not need discounts for that exact reason, but you do as a smaller brand, and I can tell you why. Because fundamentally, why do people buy things, right? First of all, there's sort of two mechanisms here. Generally speaking, humans are geared psychologically, right? And it can't be changed. I had someone the other day tell me they think that's the opposite, but they said, oh, I wouldn't buy a Rolex if it were half price. I'd say, what the hell are you talking about? If someone were to come to me and say, listen, you can have this fantastic watch for half the price, I'd be like, yeah, brilliant, I'll have it straight away. Because why is that? Because we like bargains, right? I say bargains. We like bargains, bargain. Humans are geared towards wanting bargains, right, and to have a good deal, because it's human psychology, it's human nature. In the Stone Age, if you got massive amounts of food for little work, brilliant, that's exactly what you wanted. And nowadays it's no different. And generally speaking, the mechanism behind all of this and why people purchase anything is that their perceived value of the product or of the whatever you're offering is higher than the actual price of the product. So a discount is nothing else than sort of artificially lowering the actual price of the product compared to the promised value of the product, right? And generally speaking, there will always be more people in your niche and in your target audience who like a bargain, right? You might not be like that, maybe because you're doing well in life, good for you. But generally speaking, if out of 100 people who are in your target audience, 9 out of 10 people love a good bargain, and maybe 10 are a little bit on their high horse or whatever, right? So generally speaking, if you do not give discounts, you are denying the majority of your of your purchases of living through an experience that is going to make them to buy your product, right? So you're just missing out on a ton of sales, really. And I also get this limiting belief very often when people say, oh, all the big brands don't give discount, why should I? Well, maybe sort of question yourself a little bit. Are you a brand? Are you already making 30 million a year? Are you making 50 million a year? Are you making 500 million pounds a year? No, you're probably not, right? So maybe you're not at the stage yet where you can sort of pull moves like that. So, and even the big brands are still doing this, right? I'm just going to give you an example. I live in a town called Bridgend in South Wales. I always like to joke Bridgend is at night is a place you could prepare for the apocalypse. It's not the nicest part of the world. It's nice enough, but South Wales is lovely. But generally speaking, what I'm trying to get at is here in South Wales, there's an outlet store, right? It's called MacArthur Glen. I think there's a few around Britain. And whenever I go there and see Hugo Boss, for instance, there, and I walk past, and there's this there's like these suits, and they are hundreds and hundreds of pounds, designer clothes, right? And they say 30% off, 40% off, clearance deal, right? They use, for instance, discounts for a specific reason, to get rid of or to clear line items that they are no longer selling. Or, for instance, my fiance, she used to live in Dubai for a very long time, and her dad was still out there until about 2020, and he used to come home and I even got it right in front of me. I got a Louis Vuitton wallet, which he got for half price, and it's beautiful. It's made from unbelievable leather. It does everything it's meant to do. Does that mean Louis Vuitton is a bad is a bad brand? Has Louis Vuitton devalued itself by giving a good offer? He used to come home with loads of stuff all the time, from golfing equipment, from Callaway stuff to American Eagle, to loads and loads of branded stuff, and they're obviously not fake, real. And it's because they were on offer, right? And he liked a good bargain. He was a good bargain hunter. And what I'm trying to get at, you're not killing your brand by making offers, right? It's a limiting belief. What you have to do, though, is you have to use offers in the right way. And specifically for Google Ads, this is a really, really powerful sort of tool, because in the end, Google is a price comparison engine, right? So generally speaking, if you have a very, very expensive product, or a more expensive product than your competitors, pricing will always be a massive ranking factor, right? So generally speaking, you should always sort of use discounts with the right intention and with the right strategy. And then you can turn Google into a massive, and every other channel into massive powerhouses to win customers who are also loyal, right? There's no sort of evidence or research that suggests that customers who come via offers are cheapskates or not as loyal. It can be the case, but generally speaking, for your brand, they can be just as loyal and long-term customers as any other. So maybe it's just some food for thought for your Christmas sale still, or your Q5 sale, or for your January sale. And if you want to learn how to craft really powerful offers that work for Google Ads, that work for any other channel, just hit us up. Send me an email to jeremy@younganddigital.marketing. Send me a LinkedIn message, or head to younganddigital.marketing and send us a message, so that we can sort of help you with your messaging and with your positioning to really, really turn Google Ads into a massive acquisition channel for you. Yeah, looking forward to feedback on this, guys. Other than that, I wish you a fantastic Christmas if I don't speak to you again up until then. And thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Google Ads Unleashed. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. If you found value in today's podcast, please share it with others and leave a rating and a review. For more information or to connect with Jeremy, check him out online at www.younganddigital.marketing. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.